Hi everybody, I'm Shelly. Today I'm going to show you how to create some homemade applesauce. Very fast, very easy recipe, and it's expendable. You can do skin on, skin off, honey for sweetener, sugar, stevia. There's lots of different choices with this recipe, and do a all natural, no skin, no sugar, and you can even make it into baby food. With that being said, let's get to cooking. We're actually creating a pumpkin spice applesauce today. I'm going to be using some cinnamon stick, 3/4 cup of water, and that's what I'm going to start with, but we can always add more. For sweetener, I am choosing raw and unrefined honey. Now, how I'm going to mix mine or mash mine is going to be with an old potato masher. The first thing that we're going to do is we're gonna cut up our apple. I'm gonna cut mine up into quarters, and then I'm gonna cut those quarters in half. So stay tuned. My apples are cut. I did 7 Macintosh apples. I would say you need between 6 and 10, depending on how large your apples are. And the next step is going to be to put them into a pot. We're gonna put the 3/4 cup of water in this. We're also going to add cinnamon stick. I'm going to put in 2. This totally depends on how much cinnamon flavor you want. And we're not gonna do the pumpkin pie spice quite yet. So we're gonna put this on the stove on medium and let it start to cook. As you see, I have a gas stove, so keep that heat difference in mind when you're cooking. You want to just stir it about, and the apples are going to start to soften. Now this process doesn't take very long. Once you do the prep work, you'll have applesauce in about 15 minutes. It really depends on how fast you're cooking it, how high your heat is, how hot your heat is, and how many apples that you put in your pot. Now you want your cinnamon sticks to try to stay in the water because you want the cinnamon to start distributing throughout your apples. Now you actually want this to be mushy. You don't want it to be al dente like vegetables. You want it to be mushy because you're gonna want to be able to mash it up fairly easy. And it's definitely turning into applesauce. We're about 3/4 of the way cooking. It has been on the stove for 7 minutes. If you want it to be more mushy and smooth, like if you were gonna use this maybe perhaps in replace of butter, you're going to wanna add a little bit more water at this point to make your applesauce a little bit more smooth. So now that I'm about 3/4 of the way, I went ahead and changed my heat to low, and I'm gonna add in 1 teaspoon of pumpkin spice. This is about perfect. Less than 15 minutes. I'm gonna take the cinnamon stick out now. If you wanna make this in a baby food, make sure you peel your apples and make sure it is extremely smooth. You don't want any chunks in there at all. Talk about healthy for the baby. Now I'm gonna add in my honey. I'm gonna start with 2 tablespoons. Stir it in there. I did turn off my heat. The reason for the potato masher is if you want to mash this even smaller than it is, then you would just take it and just push down and twist, push, twist, and it just makes it a little bit more smooth. Look at it now. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Now, we're gonna put this in a bowl and we're gonna do the taste test. Oh my goodness, look at this. Does that not look the best? So let's see how it tastes. Oh, it is hot. Oh my gosh. Let me tell you, you're gonna love it. With that being said, God bless. Please take care of yourself out there. And it's a crazy world, so just be careful. Take care. Bye-bye.